Today in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about my tips on transitioning and going natural. I'm a senior in college right now, and I decided to go natural when I was a freshman when I went away to school. So it just kind of happened because I didn't have a hairstylist, and when I started to see my texture grow in, I stopped wanting to get texturizers. So I've been natural all throughout college and going natural and transitioning. My sophomore year, I had 2 different patterns completely, and before my junior year, I decided to do a mini big chop. I'm gonna put some pictures in the video right now just to show a little bit of my steps when I was transitioning. If you're transitioning, do not think that this is a time to just kind of like relax and chill out while your new hair grows in. If you don't want to cut off your hair, you definitely need to keep maintaining all of your hair. So if you want to hold on to that length, deep condition, what I do is in the shower, I'll wash my hair, co-wash my hair, put a regular conditioner in it, put on my little silver aluminum little cap, and I'll leave that in. I'll get out the shower and I'll leave that in for about an hour. And then I come back in the shower and I rinse it out. I did that last night, and you kind of see like how my hair looks today. So when you are detangling your hair, try to finger detangle or use a wide tooth comb or the Denman brush, because it's really easy for your hair to get tangled up while you're transitioning, as you do have the 2 different textures. So be patient. A lot of times, you know, you realize, you know, I'm gonna go natural, I'm gonna grow out my hair, that's what I want to do, I'm out to do it, and you realize, okay, it's the next day, it's the next week, I'm not really seeing that much progress. That's understandable. It makes sense because your hair, depending on, you know, each individual, it takes a good amount of time to grow. So yeah, on Monday you may realize you want to go natural. By next Monday you may not see any growth. You most likely will not see any growth. So going natural is a process, and it's just something that you kind of have to embrace. So when you're transitioning, you're gonna think, oh my gosh, I can't do this, my hair is annoying me, it's just not looking right, half of it looks one way, the other half looks crazy, my roots aren't tamed, all these different thoughts are going to go through your head. But keep in mind, everyone has to go through this process in order to achieve natural hair, you know, if you've had a relaxer before. So just try and be patient, and during this time you can really figure out ways to make your hair work. Like if you don't want a big chop, you can figure out how to make this work. You can do braid outs, twist outs, bantu knots. I just learned how to do flexi rods recently, and I wish that I knew how to do them when I was transitioning, because I probably wouldn't have chopped off all my hair if I knew that I could achieve a nice curl that was very uniform with little to no heat. Like, I definitely would have done flexi rods. So below I'm going to list my videos for my braid out and for a flexi rod routine. So I'm a natural a few years ago. I was just like, I can't do this, and I just chopped it off. And you don't have to do that if you don't want to do that. There's so many different weaves these days, and like natural weaves even, like you don't even have to have a straight weave. So let's say your hair's growing in, you don't like it, okay, you can get curly clip-ins, you can get a sew-in, a natural sew-in, so then you're not straightening your hair that's out, and then you won't have heat damage. So stay away from heat. Like, it might make sense, like, oh, let me straighten my hair, you know, that'll give me one cohesive texture. Don't do it. I would suggest getting some curly clip-ins, so just something that you can kind of do to divert your attention as your hair grows. And wigs are a perfect protective style. I haven't tried wigs yet, but you see them all on YouTube, you see them on Instagram. Wigs are at a whole different level that they've ever been at right now. You can get a wig, nobody will even know. So just consider that. You know, you could try those Senegalese twists or the Poetic Justice braids. There's all these different things that you can do while you're transitioning that are still cute, still fun, still fashionable. Another thing I would say is when you're transitioning, I know it's easy to go to YouTube and look for videos like this video or other videos. You know, you might think, like, if my hair looks like hers, I'm gonna be happy with mine. Don't fool yourself into doing that, because when you're transitioning, you'll see kind of like your pattern, but you don't really know what your hair really looks like till you cut off the ends that are weighing it down. You know, your hair could curl up or it could not, and I would suggest not getting so tied into, you know, I want this girl on YouTube's curl pattern, this girl on Instagram has the best curl pattern, if I go natural, I'm gonna look just like her. Just take this time to embrace the transitioning process and take it for what it is and just be happy. Everyone's hair is unique and individual. Is it 3B? Is it 4A? I don't even really know what all these numbers and letters mean, to be honest. It doesn't really matter. When your hair grows out, you'll learn how to deal with it. A lot of people, when they do go natural, they end up binging on all these different products. I'm gonna try this and this and that. Let me go to the beauty supply, let me go to Sally, let me go to Target, let me get this brand. I heard that they got this brand, this worked for them. This is your time to kind of figure out what works for you, and maybe certain products will work better for you as you're transitioning. Just be patient. Everything is gonna work out. Make sure that you're deep conditioning. Try wigs if you want to, if you're not going to big chop. But if you do want a big chop, that's completely fine too. Like I said, I personally did not want to. That's not really what I was going for, but if you want a big chop, why not? As you can see, being natural and going natural is somewhat of a movement. So many women of color are embracing themselves for how they are naturally, and they're just kind of pushing away from all of the standards of beauty in American society. So what better time to really embrace yourself? So if you want to cut off all your hair, go for it. Guess what? It's gonna grow back. Everyone's hair grows at a different rate. My hair happens to grow very quickly, but even if your hair grows a little bit slower, embrace it, because a year from now, 2 years from now, it'll be longer, and unless you plan on cutting it again after you go natural, you may not even have that hairstyle or that hair length again. So if you want to do a pixie cut, what better time to try it out than when you're going natural, because it's gonna grow out. So don't really get so tied up in having the perfect curl or what you may think is the perfect texture, but really focus on embracing yourself and just having fun with it. It's really easy to stress out when you're going natural, or when you're transitioning, you're just like, I don't really know what's gonna happen. That's okay, but guess what? You're gonna be alright. A big thing that I did when I was going natural, I wore my hair in buns for all of my sophomore year. If my hair was not in a sew-in, my hair was up in a bun, and literally every day. If I was going out, it's in a bun. Going to class, in a bun. Going to the gym, in a bun. So invest in some good edge control. If that's your thing, I like a little bit of edge control, as you can see. You can slick your hair up very, very, very tight and put it into a bun, and nobody can tell that you have two different textures, and it's cute, it's put together. You can wear it to work, to school, to the gym, whatever. So buns will become your best friend. That's basically all the tips that I have. I hope that these help you guys in some way. If you have any questions, that you comment them below and I will respond. And yeah, so I hope that this helped you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!